Hey everybody, it's me, Joey. Um, so yeah. Today's video has a point. Um, I haven't decided what I'm gonna title it. I usually do that after I make the video and kind of watch it again. But I think I'm gonna call it something like my review of the Fray's new song "Heartbeat" slash "Fuck You iTunes." Because that's all I'm really going to talk about is what I tried to do earlier today. So for most of my life, I didn't use iTunes. I went to places like Walmart and Target, FYE occasionally, but they're overpriced, and I bought compatible disc CDs, and I put at one point, since this is back when I didn't have a laptop, I'd put the music on a flash drive, and if I was going somewhere like to out of state to visit family who had a computer and I wanted to listen to music while I was there or something, or even at school, I'd pop in my flash drive in a computer. But as I've got older and technology's changed thanks to the late Stephen Jobs, you want your music to be with you when you are, not near a computer, but you're doing nothing, like when you're sleeping. So in the start of 2010, at the age of 17, I upgraded to an MP3 player. It's funny I said Stephen Jobs a minute ago. I don't think I've ever used an Apple product. An iProduct for that matter. I've never used an iTouch. I mean, I've used them, but I've never had them. Like, like if I've asked to hold my friend's iPod or iTouch and listen to a song, but I've never, never used an iTouch, iPod, iPad. If that's that, I think it's that company. I've never been to Iran, Iraq. No, I'm kidding. Um, the only I've ever wanted in my life was iHeartRadio. I don't think that has to do with the Apple's I branch of their company. Because I think it's owned by like Clear Channel Radio or some shit. I don't know. But if that's Apple, well then I want it an iProduct. But so I upgraded to an MP3 player, and it was like $75 at Walmart. I don't know if I mean, I like it. Liked it so much that when I filled it up, I got a new one. So it took me like 10 months to fill up, but I had like tons of CDs that I put on it, and then I was able to put a lot of stuff from the web on it. So I got another one of the exact same kind. It's a Walkman MP3 player, I guess. I don't know what the fuck it is. They sell it at Walmart, $75. So I have two of those, and my brother gave me his, which is good. He just recently gave me his because he doesn't use his. It was like half as much as mine at Walmart, but it was like it stores half as much. Mine holds about 1,500 songs, and it's eight gigs. His is 4 gigs, and so it probably only holds about 700 songs. Yeah. But I got an iPod. So when I got an iPod, CDs became kind of. Why would I get a CD? I've still got CDs. I've still got CDs since I got an iPod, because sometimes there's stuff there's stuff that I want in the CD that I can't always get. Like on iTunes, which I first got iTunes earlier this summer. That's the first time I used iTunes to get music. Because there's a website I use that it's probably illegal, but it's called im1music.net. Like immusic, the number 1.net. It does like hip hop stuff, R&B stuff, and that kind of shit. And it's I actually posted on its Facebook wall today and was like, is anybody in here, does anybody use this site that likes this Facebook page, American and not gay? Because I'm just doing it based on, yeah, you can call me fucked up for doing this, but most of the last names seem foreign, and they probably are, and their pictures look weird, plus the way they write makes them look uneducated, and I like to think America's educated, but we're not. We're not. So don't. If you comment on this because of what I said at the 5-minute 42 mark, don't, because I totally agree. Americans are uneducated too. But anyway, the point of this video. So I've had an iTunes for a while. As you know, I was away for most of the summer, so I didn't really use it. I got back, and in 1 week, I racked up the bill to a whopping $150 in 3 days, and I'm not paying for it. My mom is, so she got alerted, and I got bitched at, and no longer have a credit card to that account. But of course, I've still got an account, so I can go in and preview stuff and look at stuff and get track listings and read about stuff and all that stuff. So I was in there, and I'd heard the Fray's new song called Heartbeat, and I was like, well, since I if I like a song and I like the band, and I've heard some of their other songs, or I have some of their previous stuff, like I have the Fray's first 2 albums, I'm just gonna wait till the album comes out. I'm not gonna buy the single. I'm just gonna wait till the album comes out, and then it's kind of one of those things. It's like, if the album's a bust, oh well, I wasted my money, but I like Heartbeat, so I got a good song. But if it turns out I got a good album, some of those tracks aren't going to be released to radio, so I got some songs that I want to got on iTunes. So, and iTunes is like the stores. It's when it first comes out, if it's supposed to be a good album, it sells for like $11.28 or up to $14. But if it's a not so heard of name, it'll sell for like $9.99, and then as months go on, the $9.99s come down to about $6.99s, and the $11.28s up to $14 ones come down to in between $9 and $11. So it goes down, and that's how it gets cheaper. Yeah. So I decided that I'd do something that I like to do it with Mom and Dan, but they don't like listening to me talk about music. So I was like, you know what? I can write a review on iTunes. I'm going to do it. So I'd already heard the Phrase song, and then I decide, I say some shit like, if it was kind of like this. It was like, I like Heartbeat, so I'll probably like half of the Phrase new album. Because usually when I like one song, I don't think there's ever been an album that I've wanted to get and I've liked everything on it. Like, one album that I like everything on is that's different for country though, because most of those I end up liking most of the album. But one album I really wanted to get was Kobe Adonis's Kobe O. I liked about half the album. The Phrase How to Save a Life, I liked about half the album. A bunch of things. So my review said, it was kind of just like, the Fray got me into pop music in 2006-07 with Over My Head and How to Save a Life, but that was also thanks to Grey's Anatomy using How to Save a Life as their preview song. So it got me into it, and it's one of the bands that I liked. So every time they've come out with new stuff, I've wanted to hear it and see if I liked it. When they came out with You Found Me and Never Say Never, I liked it, and I ended up getting that album. I'm probably going to get their new one. I think it's like Scars and... It's not Scars and Souvenirs, that's the Theory of a Dead Man album. It's something like that. I don't know, Scars and Tales, I don't know. Scars on Souls, I don't know. But what I do know is I'm probably going to get the album. So what I said on iTunes was that I'm probably gonna get it. I'm probably gonna like about half of it. I like the Fray because they got me into pop music, and also their songs have meaning behind them. You know, like if you go on Wikipedia and you type in who's a good artist I like that I don't know any of her songs, what they mean, or his. I can think. In a way, Katy Perry. I like most of her songs. But what the hell is she talking about in some of them? Like, I know what that's like. Well, let me put it this way: you understand what she's talking about in some of them, but if you go to Wikipedia and type in, this Katy Perry song or that Katy Perry song, it's gonna go in and talk about all of its accomplishments, and like if you type in Kevin Rudolph's "Let It Rock" on Wikipedia, it says there's a section on Wikipedia called "Song Background." So you think, oh, you're gonna get a little info on what this song's about and how it came to be. Wikipedia just lists everything that "Let It Rock" has been a theme song for. Yeah, "Let It Rock" was a pretty popular song in 2008. The summer, especially. Summer's the best time to make music. It didn't give me a background at all, but that's okay. I reread the lyrics, and I don't really know what that song. I mean, Lil Wayne's verse is about sex. I don't know about Kevin Rudolph's. So that was. But on Wikipedia, if you look at the Fray songs, like "How to Save a Life," it has a section called "Song Meaning," where there's excerpts from Wikipedia about what Isaac Slade, the lead singer of the Fray, said the song was about. So I'd read that and I'd be like, oh, that's what "How to Save a Life" is about. And so then I didn't really ever use YouTube to watch music videos, but I've done it recently. And I watched the Fray's "You Found Me" and "How to Save a Life," and like both of those videos, especially "How to Save a Life," is powerful. It's powerful. So "Heartbeat's" probably going to be a good video too. So the Fray songs have meaning and they're powerful. And then I ended my iTunes review by saying, if you like other Fray hit singles such as "Over My Head," "How to Save a Life," and even a little bit of "You Found Me," because it sounds more like the first two that I named, "Over My Head" and "How to Save a Life," than it does "You Found Me," but it still has the "You Found Me" kind of vibe to it. So I said if you like those, then you're probably gonna like "Heartbeat," or you should check out "Heartbeat," and who knows, you may like it. So I hit post on iTunes, and iTunes said will not post, message deemed inappropriate. And I thought, okay, maybe I'd put a few too many words in there. So I took out thing, and I posted it again. It gave me the same message. So I looked at like, I don't know what I was looking at. I was just reading, seeing what was inappropriate. Nothing was inappropriate. And I also saw that I had 5,476 characters left, and I was like, oh, it definitely wasn't because I put, too many words in, because I had a lot more space to go. So I was just like, damn, my own family doesn't want to listen to me at home, and now iTunes doesn't want me to write about music. So to that I say, fuck you, iTunes, and my review of the Fray's "Heartbeat, check it out. Peace.